are not as familiar with it as Mal and I, this was our proposal in our very beautiful Moreton Bay, where we're seeing, where we have seen a decline in fish stocks, to make some of those areas what we call green zones, and that is off limits, so that we can see fish habitat regrown and fish stocks replenished. What we did was get the best available science, and I know there was a dispute about some of that science, but we went out with the best available science. We talked to recreational fishing groups, to commercial fishing groups, to environmental groups, to scientists. They came back with a view that there were some parts of it that we should change, and we did change that. That's now been in place, I think, for about 3 years. And the last report I saw was that we are seeing growth in the fish stocks in those areas. We also recognised that we needed to do more for recreational fishing, because Moreton Bay is a great place to go and fish. And what we promised was that we would create a number of artificial reefs, and we have done exactly as we said we would. Now, as you would know, those reefs, I think one's been there for about 2.5 years and one for about 12 months. Now, they take a while to, generate, but they are starting to have an effect, and they are creating places where fish are gathering, and we are seeing fishing come back. Nobody said it would happen overnight, but all the reports that I see, and I'd be happy to provide them for you, indicate that we are seeing growth in the fish stocks in Moreton Bay. So, Mel, I know, I'm sure it's an inconvenience, or, very frustrating for someone who, and I don't know you, Mel, but I presume you're someone who likes to fish there, and you've probably done it for a while, and I'm sure that it's very frustrating sometimes to not be able to go to one of your old favourite fishing spots. If that means, however, that we create a fish supply in Moreton Bay that means everyone can throw in a line with themselves and their kids for years and years to come, then I think it's something worth doing.
It's not so much about a frustration, it's more about the fact that is it actually working. And I mean, you've said you've got reports and all that, but there's not any scientific evidence to prove anything at all.
Well, I'm happy to get you the reports.
Would we need artificial reefs if things were managed correctly?
Well, the artificial reefs are there to compensate for the green zones. So I'm happy to get you those reports, Mel. I'll get you contacts, because they actually do show a very encouraging improvement. And, I suppose there was a debate about the science, but the proof ultimately is in the pudding. And if we're seeing the stocks go up, that's a good thing.
Thanks.
We'll have to get someone